back and get an idea of what we've done so far. Let me turn this off here and play it. Okay, got my idea. The bongos sound a little dry, so I want to fix those up somewhat. So I've got bongos here on a 7, 8, and 9. I'm going to go to my sends here and send right to the reverb, which is right here. And I'm probably going to go with something like maybe 35, 40%. I'll try 35 to start out with, just to get an idea of how they sound. And play it back. That's much better. I can bring them down in the mix. Now, also, I've got this reverb also on this snare drum. I want to show you something right now. Now, I'll go here to the snare drum. I'm going to solo it. I'll play it back. I'm going to go to send first and play it back now. You notice you can hear the reverb. Now, you don't hear any of the tracks at all. You just hear the reverb. So when you solo any track here in this program, what happens is that the returns still work. They're not soloed. And of course, our returns are right here. We're going to go to track mix. And right in the track mixer here, as you can see here, we've got this return here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. If elements were in 2, 3, and 4, and I was using them and I saw the sound, I would still hear them in my program mix. Okay, so be aware of that. I want to make sure that sounds good. That's about 35% too, so it's not bad. Let's go back to here. Now, normally, on a mixing board, you're going to see the EQ first and then the compressor. So here on my kick drum, I have a compressor first because I believe the sound is good enough for me. Now here on the snare drum, I might want to just add an EQ to it, rather add a compressor to it and sort of tighten it up a little bit. So I'm going to go here and add a little compression to it and get an idea of what we can do here. I know what I want pretty much. I'm going to do like more like a 5-to-1 or a 6-to-1 compression. And make sure my input's up. Bring this up right here. I want a nice hard attack, and I want to make sure the output's good. And then I don't need much release. A little more snap to it. See that? Now it's hitting harder. Now it may sound too bright to me. So now I want to get a little more of this low mid right here. Change my EQ a little bit. Okay, good. I'll go back here. Don't want too much verb on it. Just want to have a snap to it. Good. So just adjusting the mix as I go along here in our MPC software. This is kind of cool. So I got a routing done, and I've got some other elements here. Now I'm going to go to the master next. My master here just has a compressor here in my second slot. So normally my master, I like to put some sort of EQ or something on top just to make sure the overall output, the overall sound coming out has this one setting. So I am sort of like making sure I have that right color to it. So what I'll do normally is I'm looking for an EQ to put in there. And normally we're just going to use, probably since we're using most of the internal elements for this demo, we're going to pull up this 4-band EQ and pop that in there. Now if I want to, I can sort of change the sound to the overall track, right? I'm going to add once. And here I can add more bass.